books that were transgender in part of our book list. And I went and looked at all of the books. And I believe, I just want to make sure that that's correct, that there are no books on transgender on that list. Am I incorrect in that?
I couldn't confirm that.
Okay.
Madam President, I personally also went through those lists, and I don't know if the entire board is aware of this, but there was one book called George, and it was very inappropriate and explicit. And so after I went through the list of books and physically went through it, I brought it up to Mr. Porter and Ms. Bonas, and they reviewed it and removed that book because it talked about genitalia as well. So the whole committee, though, reviewed the book. So that book was in there, but is now not in that curriculum.
But that's not what the board was told about that book, Mrs. Payne.
What was the board, because I'm sitting
You
here.
got an email from Mr. Porter about the committee reviewing that book
And they said it was explicit.
and that it was removed.
That's what I just said. Yeah, it was removed. I looked through it. Nobody removed it until I brought it up to their knowledge. So I'm just saying, I think that book was in there while people were looking at the curriculum physically or looking at the list that was provided. And because of that, people were upset, which rightfully so. If you were to read the book yourself, I think you would be upset with it. It's not age appropriate, no matter which side you're on. There are other books in there. I think there's one called A Boy Named Queen. There's also one called Heather Has Two Mommies. That's for second grade, I believe. So there are books in there, just to clarify, that are in there that are targeted kind of towards LGBTQ.
Okay, so my understanding from what Mr. Porter told us about that book was that it was not supposed to be on the list.
No, that was not my
You
understanding
can
at all.
believe whatever you want.
No, Mr. Porter, can you speak for
Everyone can believe
yourself?
whatever
Because I
they
have
want.
the emails back and
That
forth.
was my understanding.
No, that's not. The only reason it was brought up was because I physically looked
Thank
over
you,
that book.
Mrs. Payne. We appreciate you bringing it
No,
up.
Mr. Porter, could you please?
Excuse
Please
me.
address it. I'm for
We will
transparency.
convene this meeting if there's an outburst in the audience. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs.
I would
Payne.
like him to speak as well, Mr. Porter, because I believe in transparency and I do not like being called a liar.
I'm
And I
not
don't
calling you a
think-
liar. I'm talking about, excuse me. One more outburst and we're going to end this meeting. I'm not calling you a liar. I'm saying there's a miscommunication here. And I just thanked you for bringing that to our attention.
Okay, so can Mr. Porter speak so we can just get this all out in the clear and everybody can move forward? And
Absolutely.
thank you.
You did bring the book to our attention. The Literacy Committee did review that book and a couple of other books. That was the one book that was removed as it was not considered suitable for elementary level.
Thank you.
I apologize. I don't want you to feel like I'm calling you anything.
Thank you.
I believe there may have been a miscommunication. Regardless, the book has been removed and will not be in the classroom. I want to make that clear, as I believe there was a miscommunication in the beginning. The book George will not be in our book collection. It's not in the curriculum, and it's not going to be in the classroom. I hope everyone understands that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have any other
Hello.
speakers? Go ahead.
My name
please.
is Laura Dillon.